Hey, hi, welcome back to Digit.in. Now, today we're looking at the HP Pavilion X360. Now, last year, HP's 360 was a Spectre, a more premium model. This year, it's a Pavilion. Now, many of us know that Pavilion is HP's home office range of laptops and desktops. They're generally reliable and cost effective. So, does that mean that the Pavilion X360 is also all of those things? Let's find out. Let's take a look at the build-in design of the Pavilion X360. The lid of the convertible has a matte metal finish that gives the laptop a clean, premium look. In the middle of the lid, there's a big HP logo with a chrome finish. The base is made of plastic and is mostly bare, except for 4 rubber feet and some tiny holes for heat dissipation. At 1.6 kilograms, this convertible feels heavy to lift and carry around, especially in one hand. I think we can chalk this extra weight up to the 1 terabyte hard drive that sits inside it. Like the HP logo on the lid, the 2 display hinges on either side of the display have a chrome finish. These shiny hinges fold back all the way into tablet mode. The display opens up easily with one finger but wobbles a bit in all open positions. Gentle shakes don't cause the display to flap about, but a sharp lift of the base does cause the display to fall in the direction of gravity. The area above the keyboard is dedicated to a speaker grill that's even larger than the one on last year's model. The holes for the speakers now look more funky in shape and texture. While the keyboard remains full size, the touchpad has become shorter in height to accommodate the speakers above. Pressing down hard on the keys of the keyboard reveals some flex on the hard plastic body. Construction on the whole is good on the Pavilion X360 given its price. The unit I received for review was accompanied by the HP Pen stylus. I thought it looked and felt similar to the Surface Pen Microsoft sells, but was a little more rough around the edges. I found it fairly well designed, all the same. It had one button for erasing and another for selecting. Both were well placed and easy to press. The Pavilion X360 comes in 2 display sizes, 14 inches and 15 inches. However, the model I received for review was the 14-inch one. The display on it is a full HD IPS panel with glass coating. Naturally, it is a touchscreen with support for multiple fingers and styluses like the HP Pen. Colors appeared vivid on the 14-incher even though our testing equipment revealed only a 63% coverage of the sRGB color space and a 47% coverage of the Adobe RGB color space. The screen was bright enough for most indoor and outdoor areas like conference rooms and sunny balconies. Touchscreen input was a little jittery while scrolling up and down web pages initially, but smoothed out with more regular touches. Stylus input with the HP Pen was mostly a pleasant experience. Strokes using the stylus appeared accurately on the screen without no noticeable latency. What threw me off a bit, however, was the large gap between the glass surface and the screen inside. It made the writing and drawing experience a little less natural. Perm rejection worked accurately 3 out of 5 times. Summing it up, I'd say that the writing and drawing experience on the Pavilion X360 isn't as naturally accurate as what you'd get on, say, a Microsoft Surface Pro, but it's definitely not far behind. With the help of the HP Pen, the Pavilion X360 is sufficient for when you need to jot down notes quickly or mark a selection of a page in a hurry. Talking about the audio quality, while audio from the dual speakers inside it is loud enough to cut through a noisy conference room, it lacks bass completely. Music sounds blunt and even tasteless on the Pavilion X360 speakers. The audio setup on the HP Pavilion X360 is best reserved for voices and high frequencies. Coming to I/O ports, on the left side we see a USB 3.1 port, a 3.5mm audio jack for headsets. We also see the power button and a Kensington lock port. On the right side, we see the power port, a full-size HDMI port, another USB 3.1 port, and a USB Type-C port, along with a memory card reader slot. We also see a volume rocker and a fingerprint scanner. HP has thoughtfully placed the power button and the fingerprint scanner on the sides of the laptop so that the laptop can be powered on and accessed even when it's held in tablet mode. The keys on the Pavilion X360's keyboard are easy to use. They're a tad too soft for my taste, but I got used to them easily enough. They're all well placed on the keyboard and have ample travel. There are dedicated keys for home, end, page up, and page down functions, which is great for text manipulation. The touchpad on the Pavilion X360 disappoints by virtue of not being a precision unit. Instead, it uses a proprietary HP driver and an inbuilt HP touchpad utility to control taps and swipes. Movements of the mouse pointer feel less natural and not very smooth. That said, the touchpad is not bad for everyday use. Clicks feel sure and soft. Its height is reduced significantly by the speaker grill that sits above the keyboard. On the performance front, the HP Pavilion X360 is a clear winner. The review unit had an 8th Gen Intel Core i5 CPU, 8GB of RAM, and an integrated Intel GPU. Storage was handled by a SanDisk 128GB solid-state drive in conjunction with a Toshiba 1TB hard drive. On benchmark tests, the Pavilion X360 scored splendidly. Its scores came very close to those of the much costlier Lenovo ThinkPad X1 Yoga, which, trust me, says a lot about it. In real-world usage, the HP Pavilion X360 performed just as well. It showed no signs of struggle when there were over half a dozen applications open. Switching between applications was smooth and free of lag or stutter. Where the HP convertible struggled was in the graphics department. Without a dedicated graphics card, there was perceptible lag in some in-window animations and video playback. All in all, performance on the HP Pavilion X360 is definitely good considering its price tag. On the battery benchmark test, the HP Pavilion X360 lasted 3 hours, 5 minutes. During the time I had it, the HP Pavilion X360 lasted well over 6 hours with mixed usage. When I played YouTube videos on the battery for 2.5 hours straight, the battery dipped from 100 to 55%, which is an understandable drop. All in all, a 6-hour battery life is acceptable from a laptop of this price range. However, a slightly longer battery life would have been much appreciated. All things summed up, I think the HP Pavilion X360 can be looked at as an entry-level model into the convertible laptop world. It's almost got the same features as a high-end convertible like, say, the ThinkPad X1 Yoga, but lacks sophistication. But that's okay because it's definitely got all the basics right, like touch input, performance, and battery life. There you have it, folks. That's the HP Pavilion X360 for you. I hope you liked the review. If you did, hit the like button below and do hit the subscribe button nonetheless. Thank you very much. See you in the next video. Bye-bye.